A very good evening, viewers. We are so happy to see all of you here. A very tiny request from us to you. Kindly keep your mobile phones on silent mode as usual, and also watch the little angels perform on stage. Don't try to click photographs or video them, because we will be giving you the links and we will also upload the whole program on our Facebook slot. So don't take the trouble to do all this. We will give you all this on our Facebook page, and we will share the link also with you. I shall hand over the microphone to Principal Sir now.
Good evening, dear parents. Bonsoir, nos parents. Shraddheyo Abhibhavak Brindo. Shubho Sandhya. We are assembled here in the throes of a very important event, the signature event of this institution, Sri Aurobindo Institute of Culture, and the units, the entity it has promoted and initiated. And we call this signature event Aspiration. Aspiration has started on the 12th, and our various units are showcasing whatever they do around the year and important things that they would like to show you. But today is extra special. Of course, because your children are performing, so it is extra special to you and to us. But there is another very important reason. Today we have chosen this date to celebrate something extremely dear to our hearts. As you know, dear parents, or you might not, this is the centenary year of the mother's arrival for the final time in India. On the 24th of April 1920, the mother came to Pondicherry, never ever to leave again till she left her earthly body. This event of her coming had numerous consequences. For one, it helped form later the Sri Aurobindo Ashram, and much later Auroville, but that's a very mundane and a practical application of her work. More importantly, Sri Aurobindo would just have been a reclusive saint in Pondicherry without probably taking his work to the fruition it was intended to achieve if it was not for his spiritual collaborator, the mother. Sri Aurobindo has described the mother as an emanation, the manifestation of the supreme divine Shakti descended in a mortal frame here on earth. So we are celebrating that event today of this great coming. And we will celebrate it in all the languages which we work with in this institution, namely English, Bengali, French, and Hindi. You will get to hear some of the mother's own writings in the original French and the English translation. You will also have some supporting stuff on the screen, so do look at the screen from time to time. One doubt has crossed many minds. Why children of classes 1 and 2 to do what apparently is such a difficult subject today? The answer, to me at least, is very simple. The younger you are on this earth, the purer you are. The younger you are, the more like a mirror, more transparent you are. You are less touched by the mud, the slime that the earth offers. And therefore, these children will be putting up this show for you. If you care to look deep enough, you will see behind them, in them, around them, the mother and Sri Aurobindo's fateful meeting, and that was the permanent one on the 24th of April. And what happened before and what happened after. But what they will also showcase is what the mother created, namely Sri Aurobindo Ashram and Auroville, and the happiness that permeates the people who live there. You know, of late, somebody has become very important on this planet. Somebody who's very young, a little older than your children, but nevertheless very, very young. Somebody who hails from Scandinavia. Her name is Greta Thunberg. And Greta Thunberg starts by saying to all the leaders of the world, I dare you. And she asks a simple question: how could you dare to take our future away from us? Today, the mantra of this world is sustainability. But sustainability needs to hang on an ideology. If we have deforested the world, if we have denuded the world, if we have stripped it bare, it is because our vision was of accumulation, of aggrandizement, of consumerism. An alternate vision has to be presented, and Sri Aurobindo and the mother have put up that vision in the modern era. Today, dear friends, if you have eyes to see, through the voices and the expressions of your children, you will see and hear that vision permeating us. Because these are the children who will offer support to people like Greta Thunberg and the rest of these generations, offer the support of ideology and philosophy, and an alternate vision of how the world could truly be like, and paint a nobler and a brighter vision for all mankind. Thank you and welcome, and thanks for your patience.
Thank you so much for your pearls of wisdom, sir. We are ready to begin. Our little ones are already ready on stage, waiting for you to start with a very, very loud applause. Can we all put our hands together before they begin? Thank you.
We welcome you to this year's annual concert. We begin this evening's program with the blessings of Sri Aurobindo and the mother who have always been with us. This year, we commemorate the mother's final arrival in Pondicherry on 24th April 1940, and the theme has been chosen to depict the happy life in Pondicherry Ashram and Aurobindo. We have tried to bring together for you the daily activities in the lives of the Ashramites and the children. We have endeavored to weave a tapestry about the significance of the mother's presence and teachings in the varied lives at Sri Aurobindo Ashram. This evening's program begins with the welcome songs. The English and the Bengali songs have been composed and put to tune by Sri Pranab Kumar Bhattacharya, who has also composed the school prayer song, Standing at Thy Altar. The Hindi devotional song has been composed by Nawab Arzu and set to tune by our very own music teacher, Mr. Arjun Chakraborty. I leave it to you all, my dear parents and friends, to take delight of the mesmerizing, gleeful voices of the little ones and feel their joyful hearts as they break into the melodies to set the mood for the evening's program. Thank you.
Children of Bharat Mata, march ahead all together. All children of Bharat Mata, march ahead all together, ignoring the strain and picking up our arms. We have to uphold the honor of a mother. All children of Bharat Mata, march ahead all together, ignoring the strain and picking up our arms. We have to uphold the honor of our mother. The country finds itself today in the hands of the unscrupulous. Everyone's peace and happiness are in total jeopardy. Uproot the upper cells, trample down their pride. Let's put an end to all the insults. Uproot the upper cells, trample down their pride. Let's put an end to all the insults. All children of Mata, march ahead all together, ignoring the strain and picking up our arms. We have to uphold the honor of a mother. ভারত মাতার সন্তান, একসাথে হও আগুয়ান। ভারত মাতার সন্তান, একসাথে হও আগুয়ান। পথের ক্লান্তি ভুলি, হাতিয়ার লহ তুলি, মোদের রাখিতে হবে মার সম্মান। ভারত মাতার সন্তান, একসাথে হও আগুয়ান। পথের ক্লান্তি ভুলি, হাতিয়ার লহ তুলি, মোদের রাখিতে হবে মার সম্মান। দেশ আজ চলে গিয়েছে স্বার্থান্বেষীদের হাতে, মানুষের শান্তি ও সুখ বিঘ্নিত হয়েছে তাতে। তাদের উপারি ফেলে অহমিকা পায়ে দলি, শেষ করে দাও ভাই সব অপমান। তাদের উপারি ফেলে অহমিকা পায়ে দলি, শেষ করে দাও ভাই সব অপমান। ভারত মাতার সন্তান, একসাথে হও আগুয়ান। পথের ক্লান্তি ভুলি, হাতিয়ার লহ তুলি, মোদের রাখিতে হবে মার সম্মান। ভারত মাতার সন্তান, একসাথে হও আগুয়ান। পথের ক্লান্তি ভুলি, হাতিয়ার লহ তুলি, মোদের রাখিতে হবে মার সম্মান। तुम्हारे सिवा ना कोई इस जगत में किसी का सहारा नहीं। जानता हूँ तुम्हारे सिवाना कोई इस जगत में किसी का सहारा नहीं। मैंने दुख में ही केवल पुकारा तुम्हें, मैंने दुख में ही केवल पुकारा तुम्हें। प्यारे सुख में कभी भी पुकारा नहीं। जानता हूँ तुम्हारे सिवाना कोई इस जगत में किसी का सहारा नहीं। जानता हूँ तुम्हारे सिवाना कोई इस जगत में किसी का सहारा नहीं। ममता के दलदल में मैं हूँ फंसा, याद मुझको न आई तुम्हारी। आँखों में पर्दा पड़ा है मेरे, उलझने मुझ पे आई है सारी। ममता के दलदल में मैं हूँ फंसा, याद मुझको न आई तुम्हारी। आँखों में पर्दा पड़ा है मेरे, उलझने मुझ पे आई है सारी। मैं क्या करूं क्या ना करूं, वो मेरे प्रीतम बता। मेरी छोटी सी नैया भंवर में पड़ी, तुम बिन है कोई किनारा नहीं। मेरी छोटी सी नैया भंवर में पड़ी, तुम बिन है कोई किनारा नहीं। मैंने दुख में ही केवल पुकारा तुम्हें, मैंने दुख में ही केवल पुकारा तुम्हें। प्यारे सुख में कभी भी पुकारा नहीं। जानता हूँ तुम्हारे सिवाना कोई इस जगत में किसी का सहारा नहीं। जानता हूँ तुम्हारे सिवाना कोई इस जगत में किसी का सहारा नहीं।
The mother often spoke to her husband, Paul Richard, about the Krishna that she had been seeing in her dreams since childhood. Paul Richard had served in the French army for 4 years and thereafter had got involved with philosophy and theology. Now, when Richard became acquainted with Indian philosophy, he became equally interested and wanted to meet the Krishna of Meera's dreams. So he brought her to Pondicherry. As soon as she saw him on 24th March 1914, Meera recognized Sri Aurobindo as the same Lord Krishna whom she had seen in her vision all her life. Paul and Meera went back to Paris on 22nd February 1915 and then Meera finally returned to Pondicherry in 1920, after which she never left. 100 years have passed since that fateful day. The Friends Kit will help you move back in time and become acquainted with the holy meeting of Sri Aurobindo and the mother's sanctified thoughts on Sri Aurobindo.
Joel's petite fille, vous comprenez ce que cela vous dit?
Joel, la petite fille, c'est une petite fille qui n'est pas ordinaire.
Je crois que vous la connaissez. C'est cette petite fille-là qui n'est pas ordinaire.
Cette petite fille s'appelle Mia Alfasa.
C'est-à-dire que dès sa naissance, elle s'appelait Miha Alfasa et que ses initiales étaient M.A. Ma.
Dès qu'elle est née, elle s'appelait Ma. Sous son âge, sous ses tacs, sous ses petits vêtements, on avait beau des mains. Mais je demande toujours comment la mère a-t-elle rencontré chez Aurobindo?
Alors, c'est un autre mystère. Ils se sont rencontrés en Inde, à Pondicherry, le 29 mars 1914. Et le lendemain, la mère a écrit dans son agenda ses pensées sur lui. On verra.
A unique little girl. Do you understand what that means?
A unique little girl is a little girl who is not ordinary.
I believe you know her. This is the little girl who is not ordinary.
This little girl is called Meera. Meera Alfasa. That is to say, right from her birth, she was called Mira Alfasa, and her initials were M.A. Ma. From the moment she was born, she was called Ma. On her clothes, on her sheets, on her dresses, there was embroidered Ma. But I always wonder how the mother met Sri Aurobindo.
Well, that is another mystery. They met for the first time in India at Pondicherry, the 29th March 1940, and the very next day, the mother wrote her thoughts on Sri Aurobindo in her diary. We will see.
Je suis venu ici. J'avais un rendez-vous pour l'après-midi. Il vivait dans la maison qui fait maintenant partie du deuxième dortoir. L'ancienne maison d'hôte. J'ai monté l'escalier et il était là m'attendant en haut des escaliers. Exactement ma vision, habillé de la même façon, dans la même position, de profil la tête haute. Il tourna la tête vers moi et je vis dans ses yeux que c'était lui. Les choses cliquaient. L'expérience intérieure devenait immédiatement une avec l'expérience extérieure et il y avait fusion, le choc décisif. I came here. I had an appointment for the afternoon. He was living in the house that's now part of the second dormitory, the old guest house. I climbed up the stairway and he was standing there waiting for me at the top of the stairs. Exactly my vision, dressed the same way, in the same position, in profile, his head held high. He turned his head towards me and I saw in his eyes that it was he. The two things clicked. The inner experience immediately became one with the outer experience, and there was fusion, the decisive shock.
importe qu'il y ait des milliers d'êtres plongés dans la plus épaisse ignorance. Celui que nous avons vu hier est sur terre. Sa présence suffit à prouver qu'un jour viendra où l'ombre sera transformée en lumière et où effectivement tant de sera installé sur la terre.
He whom we saw yesterday is on earth. His presence is enough to prove that a day will come when darkness shall be transformed into light, and thy reign shall be indeed established upon earth.
Dès que j'ai vu chez Aurobindo, j'ai reconnu en lui l'être bien connu que j'avais l'habitude d'appeler Krishna. Et cela suffit à expliquer pourquoi je suis pleinement convaincu que ma place et mon travail sont près de lui en Inde.
As soon as I saw Sri Aurobindo, I recognized in him the well-known being whom I used to call Krishna. And this is enough to explain why I am fully convinced that my place and my work are near him in India. Don't sit.
La vision de Krishna par Mère Mira Alfassa était en réalité composée de deux parties. La première partie dans laquelle elle a vu Krishna dans une robe de vision s'est réalisée lorsqu'elle a vu Sri Aurobindo en 1914. Dans la deuxième partie de sa vision, elle s'était vue debout à côté de Krishna, regardant par la fenêtre. Il a fallu 6 ans de plus pour que la deuxième partie soit remplie. Entre-temps, elle doit rentrer en France et se rendre au Japon avant de revenir à Pondicherry. Avec le recul, il faut noter que les visions dans lesquelles la mère avait vu Sri Aurobindo s'étaient déroulées entre 11 et 13 ans, avant même que Sri Aurobindo ne commence à pratiquer le yoga. Il semble donc que le fait que Sri Aurobindo se soit tourné vers le yoga et atteigne l'illumination était prédestiné.
The mother Miha Alphasa's vision of Krishna actually consisted of two parts. The first part, in which she saw Krishna in a vision dress, came true when she saw Sri Aurobindo in 1914. In the second part of her vision, she had seen herself standing next to Krishna, gazing out of a window. It took 6 more years for the second part to be fulfilled. In between, she had to travel to France and return to Japan before coming back to Pondicherry. In hindsight, it must be noted that the visions in which the mother had seen Sri Aurobindo had occurred between the ages of 11 and 13, even before Sri Aurobindo began practicing yoga. So it seems that the fact that Sri Aurobindo could turn to yoga and attain enlightenment was predestined.
Cet ashram a été créé avec un autre objet que celui qui est normalement commun à de telles institutions. Ne pas pour renoncer au monde, mais en tant que centre échange de pratiques pour l'évolution d'un autre type et d'une autre forme de vie qui serait finalement déplacée par une conscience spirituelle supérieure et incarne une plus grande vie de l'esprit.
This ashram has been created with another object than that ordinarily common to such institutions, not for the renunciation of the world, but as a center and a field of practice for the evolution of another kind and form of life, which would in the final end be moved by a higher spiritual consciousness and embody a greater life of the spirit.
En novembre 1926, Sri Aurobindo se mit à l'isolement et confia toute la charge matérielle et spirituelle de l'ashram à la mère. Sous sa direction qui a duré près de 50 ans, l'ashram est devenu une grande communauté aux multiples facettes.
In November 1926, Sri Aurobindo went into seclusion and entrusted the full material and spiritual charge of the ashram to the mother. Under her guidance, which covered a span of nearly 50 years, the ashram grew into a large, multifaceted community.
En 1943, la mère fonda une petite école qui devint progressivement le Centre international d'éducation chez Aurobindo. Auroville, la ville de l'Aube, un territoire international, a été fondé par elle en 1968, près de Pondicherry, dans le but de réaliser la vision de chez Aurobindo sur l'unité humaine.
In 1943, the mother started a small school which gradually expanded to become the Sri Aurobindo International Center of Education. Auroville, the city of dawn, an international township, was founded by her in 1968 near Pondicherry with the aim of realizing Sri Aurobindo's vision of human unity.
Je suis venu en Inde pour rencontrer Sri Aurobindo. Je suis resté en Inde pour vivre avec Sri Aurobindo. Quand il a quitté son corps, j'ai continué à vivre ici pour faire son travail qui consiste à servir la vérité et à éclairer l'humanité, à hâter le règne de l'amour du divin sur la terre.
I came to India to meet Sri Aurobindo. I remained in India to live with Sri Aurobindo. When he left his body, I continued to live here in order to do his work, which is by serving the truth and enlightening mankind to hasten the rule of divine love upon earth.
Le cercle central représente la conscience divine. Les 4 pétales représentent les 4 pouvoirs de la mère. Les 12 pétales représentent les 12 pouvoirs de la mère, manifestés pour son travail. Le cercle central représente la mère suprême, la Mahashakti. Les 4 pétales centraux sont les 4 aspects de la mère et les 12 pétales, ces 12 attributs. Les 4 pétales nous symboles de la mère et les 4 piliers qui soutiennent notre mandat représentent les 4 aspects ou personnalités de la mère. Maheshwari, sagesse. Mahalakshmi, harmonie. Mahakali, force. Et Mahaswaraswati, perfection. Les 12 pétales, nous symboles de la mère, représentent les 12 aspects. Sincérité, humilité, reconnaissance, persévérance, aspiration, réceptivité, progrès, courage, bonté, générosité, égalité, paix.
The central circle represents the divine consciousness. The 4 petals represent the 4 powers of the mother. The 12 petals represent the 12 powers of the mother manifested for her work. The central circle represents the Supreme Mother, the Mahashakti. The 4 central petals are the 4 aspects of the mother, and the 12 petals are 12 attributes. The 4 petals of the mother symbol and the 4 pillars which support Matri Mandir represent the 12 aspects or personalities of the mother. Maheshwari, wisdom. Mahalakshmi, harmony. Mahakali, strength. And Mahasaraswati, perfection. The 12 petals of the mother symbol represent the 12 aspects: sincerity, humility, gratitude, perseverance, aspiration, receptivity, progress, courage, goodness, generosity, equality, peace.
Maintenant, rappelez-vous une chose. Si Aurobindo et moi sommes une seule et même conscience, une seule et même personne. Seulement, quand cette force ou cette présence, qui est la même, traverse votre conscience individuelle, elle revêt une forme, une apparence qui diffère selon votre tempérament, votre aspiration, votre besoin, la tournure particulière de votre être. Votre conscience individuelle est comme un filtre, un pointe, si je puis me permettre. Il fait un choix et fixe une possibilité parmi l'infinité possibilités divines.
Now remember one thing. Sri Aurobindo and myself are one and the same consciousness, one and the same person. Only when this force or this presence, which is the same, passes through your individual consciousness, it puts on a form, an appearance which differs according to your temperament, your aspiration, your need, the particular turn of your being. Your individual consciousness is like a filter, a pointer, if I may say so. It makes a choice and fixes one possibility out of the infinity of divine possibilities.
À toi qui as été l'enveloppe matérielle de notre Maître, à toi notre infinie gratitude, devant toi qui as tant fait pour nous, qui as travaillé, lutté, souffert, tant espéré, tant enduré, toi qui as tout voulu, tout tenté, tout préparé, tout accompli pour nous, avant de te prosterner et d'implorer que pour ne jamais oublier, même un instant, tout ce que nous vous devons.
To thee, who hast been a material envelope of our Master, to thee our infinite gratitude. Before thee, who hast done so much for us, who hast worked, struggled, suffered, hoped, endured so much. Before thee, who hast willed all, attempted all, prepared, achieved all for us. Before thee, we bow down and implore that we may never forget, even for a moment, we all owe to thee. The mother to be the sole person in charge of the ashram. Through a letter in Sri Aurobindo declared the mother to be the sole person in charge of the ashram through a letter in 1930. From 1943, the Sri Aurobindo International Center of Education made a petite beginning. With this, the children got an easy access to meet, play, speak, and interact with sweet mother. The mother too enjoyed every moment of her interaction with the children, be it at the playground, at a dance performance, during a drama, or to narrate a story. The mother had exclaimed, "We only want the attitude of simple trust that a child has vis-a-vis its parents." The restless, indisciplined children became all of a sudden very disciplined by the divine touch of the mother, which surprised the ashramites and even their parents. The little ones of our school will enact such a life which was prevalent among the children at the ashram during that time.
Amma, Papa, take me to meet that person.
Who do you mean, child?
That person is very beautiful and fair. You have come?
Come, child, see what I have. I had been to the ashram in Pondicherry and I have got something from there.
Amma, Papa, it is you, the picture of the person I want to meet. See, this is the beautiful person. It is she. I want to go to her. When some of the mother's disciples wanted to come to Pondicherry for safety against the fear of Japanese bombings, Sri Aurobindo wrote, Calcutta is now in the danger zone. But the mother does not wish that anyone should leave their post because of the danger. Those who are very eager to remove their children can do so. And thus, the ashram, which had so long been a haven for Sri Aurobindo, the mother and their disciples and followers, now threw open its gates to children too.
We are here to open the way of the future to children who belong to the future.
In their youthful strength and innovative abilities, and that became the asset of the ashram. The elders who had earlier felt that their lives had become like dry, lifeless, fruitless trees now felt rejuvenated and active once again. Since 1943, when the admission of children to the ashram began, access to the mother became unexpectedly easy. All important functions, seasonal games, dances were graced by her presence. The mother gave lessons to the children, narrated stories, personally gave them marks, and took interest in all their activities.
Are you God? The question can be put to any human being, and the answer is yes. Potentially, and the task of everyone is to make of it a real fact.
Who made the divine?
Himself.
Whenever an answer required some explanation, the mother sat down to give it. This is how her talks started in the children's courtyard with the youngest of all groups, the Green Group, on 17 November 1950. In the beginning, it was a daily class. Later on, 3 days a week were fixed. Tuesday recitation, Friday storytelling by the mother, and Sunday dictation. The mother would speak about many things. Here we see the mother speaking about the bee.
L'abeille est réputée pour sa miel fabriquée à partir du nectar récolté sous les fleurs. Elle est également connue pour sa peau et sa cire. Les abeilles sont indispensables à la survie des fleurs et des plantes, car elles accélèrent leur pollinisation. Elles sont vraiment fascinantes et surtout essentielles de l'environnement et de tous les êtres vivants. N'oublions donc pas de protéger la planète et les abeilles.
The red group joined later. The prayers and meditations class started on June 6, 1951 with 7 little girls.
Mother, should I ask them to stop for some time? Why? You should be able to meditate even under the booming of guns. Why were you swinging your body?
Oh, what happiness! I was thinking I was sitting on a boat which the mother was
was rowing, and our boat was sailing over the waves. Well, will you tell me how to meditate? Yes. Sit down properly, not in a shuffling way. Think of nothing, only call upon the Mother in silence. Come, let us play. But Mother doesn't like it. Mother is not here now. She is everywhere and she sees everything. Did you like the dish that was served at dinner today? I like everything. Mother has made everything. There is so much of work and so little time in the ashram. Talk always of joy, not of trouble. I do have trouble. How can I help it? Why, call upon the divine. Whatever you will ask, he will give. I want neither gold nor joy, but the divine. Where can I see him? In the photo. He does not talk nor hear a cry. If you have devotion, he will come out of the photo. I have read so in my books. In the playground, when any of the youngsters spoke to the mother in English, she would reply in French. How are you, mother? Bonjour, ma mère. Quel âge as-tu? Je m'appelle Kokila. Et comment tu t'appelles? J'ai 8 ans. Kokila, mother said, quel âge as-tu? Meaning, what is your age? Oh. Kokila, mother said, et comment tu t'appelles? Meaning, what is your name? Oh, I was wrong. It's okay. Thus it was in the ashram. There were no impositions or conventions regarding meditation or even about the medium of communication. But the very atmosphere of the place guided all those who set foot there, and children learnt and did what was expected of them. With the coming of the children, it became necessary to set up a school which would prepare children and make them true beings who would not only be useful to our country but to the whole world. क्या तुम आज मेरे साथ बैठोगे? मैं दीदी से पूछता हूँ. Sujata di, may I sit with him? Yes, you can sit with him. কালকে জানিস আমি খুব ভালো এঁকেছিলাম ও তাই সুজাতা দি yesterday I drew a beautiful picture it's beautiful Sujata Di, yesterday I went to the sea beach.
What did you see there?
I saw sand, boats and the sea beach.
That's amazing.
Sujata Di, c'est la fleur de Moshata.
Merci.
In Aurobindo view, the future man will be a polyglot. In the Center for Education, there are teachers and students from several countries like England, France, Germany, Japan, USA, Italy, etc. And children learn not only Sanskrit, Hindi, Bengali, Gujarati, Tamil, Kannada, Odia, Telugu and Marathi, but also English, French, German, Spanish, Greek and Latin. Great care is given to the development of the physical body. Games, physical culture, swimming, drill and a variety of exercises maintain the harmony of the human being on the physical plane. A rich intellectual pabulum feeds the mind, and on the level of the spirit, the inspiration of Sri Aurobindo and of the mother herself is a continual uplifting force.
The aim of physical education is to develop all the possibilities of a human body, possibilities of harmony, strength, agility, endurance, and to increase the control over the functioning of the limbs and the organs, and to make of the body perfect instrument at the disposal of a conscious will.
Art and music are an integral part of education when art and music are an integral part of education as is physical education. The school celebrates its anniversary on the 1st of December every year. Among all the ashram periodicals, a quarterly called Bulletin of Sri Aurobindo International Center of Education occupies the most important place. It was originally called Bulletin of Physical Education when it was started in February 1949. Up to 1958, the mother used to hold a class thrice a week in the evenings on Sri Aurobindo's works. Later on, these passed into the bulletin. The contents are of a high standard and in English and in French. There is a separate version for Hindi knowing readers.
Whenever there is any kind of depression or uneasiness, I turn to the pages of the bulletin and come across some passage which turns my thought to a different channel and cheers me up. Whenever there is time, I turn to the old issues of the bulletin. They are so pleasing to read. Yes, you are right. By the way, have you heard? Our president is visiting the ashram next week. Yes, I've heard. How exciting!
President Rajendra Prasad met the mother.
India must rise to the height of her mission and proclaim the truth to the world.
Pandit Nehru visited the ashram on 16th January 1955. Ashram boys and girls formed a guard of honor. As he was going up to the mother, The youngest child offered him a bouquet of roses and greeted him with Jai Hind. In the evening, there was a program where the mother sat beside him. The ashram children gave a recitation in 12 different languages of a passage of the mother by Sri Aurobindo. Swedish rhythmic ball drill, vaulting agility, exercises, and cymbal drill were appreciated. System of the Sri Aurobindo Ashram, laying stress on physical culture, seems to be good, but it will be a little difficult to introduce that system in our schools. The spirit of the ashram has been described beautifully by Dr. C.D. Deshmukh, the then Finance Minister of India.
The Yoga Ashram in Pondicherry is in fact a unique spiritual laboratory. It is a dynamic face of Sri Aurobindo's yoga. All the sadhaks are one in the mother. All meditate in presence of the mother. The ashram is but the rough sketch of the promised land.